Hi guys, welcome back to the train layout. Today I have another product review. It's going to be of two locomotives that are going to be very unique to this channel as well as the layout. And they're in this box right here, so let's open up the box and see what's inside. And here they are. I'm going to be doing a review on the Athearn Roundhouse Norfolk Southern HO scale AC4400CW locomotives. Now let's get these engines out of the box so we can take a look at them. Now this locomotive is a step up from earlier Athearn ready-to-roll models. For one thing, if you look on the side of the box, this model should have LED lights, meaning they're brighter than the conventional bulbs that Athearn used back in the day. These are also DCC ready, meaning you can put a decoder in it, program it, and add it to your other locomotives on your layout. But this locomotive comes DC ready out of the box, meaning if you yet to convert to DCC, you just plop this engine on the track and it starts running. So now we're going to unbox both of these locomotives and check out the fine detail it has to offer. So what would you normally get in the box is the exploded parts diagram. That way if you're missing any parts, it'll be easy to identify them and order them and replace them. And I want to point out, if you take a look on the bottom there, that's a 9-pin adapter board. Now this locomotive does not come with a 9-pin adapter board. It comes with a 21-pin adapter board, so I hope they change this in the future. I was silly, I didn't read the description, so I bought a decoder for it that I can't even install yet until I get a adapter wire, which you'll see later. But yeah, it's not really a huge deal to me. It may be a huge deal for others. And in addition to the exploded parts diagram, you have the Athearn newsletter, which they redid. Alright, now let's take a look at these locomotives. These locomotives are nicely packed in their plastic packaging. And to open, you would simply just take out the foam so it don't fall over the place. Open the tab on the top right, and just lift. Right. And you take off the plastic sheeting to protect the top details, and then you would normally take off the handrail protectors too. Gotta be nice and careful with these handrails, they are very flimsy. Alrighty, let's put them on the track and review them. These locomotives, despite being from the Roundhouse division of Athearn, have tremendous detail, but before I point out that detail, I want you to see if you can find a modification I made. I'll give you 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. If you didn't find it, I'll just tell you it's the KD couplers I already put on the model. These models would normally come with McHenry couplers, which I know everyone should know what they look like. So I'm just going to say for the record, these locomotives do not come with KD couplers. I just added them for improved performance. So what we have on this locomotive is painted on ditch lights so they don't light up. Not a huge deal. We have the front platform, the front handrails, the front stanchions and steps so the crews can get onto the locomotive. We have the locomotive door that's molded in with a window, and I don't know if you can see the headlight is mounted on the nose. We have separately applied grab irons. We have the windshield. They don't have windshield wipers. Again, not a huge deal. We have the number boards up here. We have the side windows, sunshades, the crisp lettering. I'll give you a better view later in the video. Then I don't know if you can see, you probably can't. It says DC to AC, AC44C6M. Okay, if we move further back, I have the other locomotive to show the other details. We have the side walkway, we have the dynamic brake fans, the nice big Norfolk Southern logo, have your horn, exhaust stack, and the radiator fans here, as well as you have the fuel tank, the left side of it I believe. We have fantastic truck detail. It's kind of hard to show you these details because the locomotive is a dark color, but I'll try my best. On the other side of the locomotive, as well as the rear, we have additional detail. We have the rear platform, rear stanchions with the handrails. We have more separately applied grab irons. We have again the Norfolk Southern logo, which is also on the front. And we have the letter, or should I say numbering, 4052, and the radiator fans up here, as well as the rear headlight. And additionally we have air reservoirs, again the truck detail and the fuel tank detail, as well as the other side platforms for the crew. And if I just move this over a bit, we have a door that leads to the cab of the locomotive. Okay, now let's take a look at the top real quick, and then we will move on. If we look on top of the locomotive, we of course have the PTC antenna, the ice skate antenna, and very legible with magnifying glass warning labels on the top here, as well as we have a lot of side panel detail here. So yeah, that's pretty much the detail if I didn't forget anything. So now let's go to the Dcc installation. This will be the decoder I'm going to install in the two locomotives. Here's one, and there's the other. But I cannot connect these decoders without the help of these TCS adapter cords. So let's get to installing. Okay, when you have the decoder, this is what you should have. What you're going to do is remove the hardwire harness. You're not going to need it unless you're going to hardwire something, so that goes bye-bye. Then you want to install your TCS adapter cable, like so. Be sure to do it nice and carefully, that way you won't unintentionally rip wires. This locomotive only has 2 screws for you to unscrew to remove the shell. Once you've done that, just remove the shell carefully. There will be very thin wires you will not want to snap. Next, you're going to want to remove the jumper pin, or the DC analog pin, very carefully. It's not going to come off easily. After you remove the DCC board, carefully install the Dcc decoder and somehow make it fit in the shell. Now, when installing a plug-and-play decoder, you must make sure it's not going to get in the way of the power pickups or the adapter board itself. I did a test fit before, and this should not affect anything. The speaker is below the decoder. I put it on the track and you can still hear the speaker nice and clear, and I put the capacity in the cab. So let's see how she'll run. The functions of this decoder are as follows. F0 is the headlight, F1 is bell, F2 is horn, F3 is coupler crash, F4 does nothing, F5 is dynamic brake, F6 is notch up. I'm not going to demonstrate that right now. F7 and F10 are the grade crossing sequence. F8 is mute. F9 is brake squeal. Let's see what that does. Yep. And that's about it for the basic functions. So let's see this locomotive in action.